Welcome to another episode of Crocker's Corner right here on Lion Sports. I'm your host, former NFL and NFL defensive back, Eric Crocker. Man, got some matchups this weekend. All right, Amari Cooper against the Broncos. Patrick Surtain's out there. Ronald Darby. We're going to get into all that. You have Cortland Sutton against that Cowboys secondary. Man, I know everybody knows about Trevon Diggs, but Anthony Brown, he's playing kind of well himself. And then you have DJ Moore against J.C. Jackson and the Patriots. All right, so we're going to get into all that and more. But first, make sure, if you're not already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. All right, so first, let's recap last week and what I told you guys to bet on. Where I went right, where I went wrong. Where I was right, DEEBO Samuel. I said smash the over, and he blew the over out the water. What do you have, 170 receiving yards? Come on, man. DEEBO, second leading receiver in the NFL right now. Let's go. All right, and then you have, we had the matchup between Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore. I said hit the under. Hit the under on that. Now, Mike Evans tried to make it close. He had one nice catch for a touchdown. But outside of that, Marshawn Lattimore shut him down. All right. Now, where I was wrong, and I said, hey, we're riding with Jamar Chase for the whole season. Jamar Chase, man, he kind of, he failed us a little bit. We ended up going with the under. I mean, we went the over. He hit the under. And only had, 2-3 catches. Dropped a couple passes. One would have been touchdown. So rough day for Jamar Chase. We haven't given up on him, but we definitely not riding with him this week. All right, so let's start with Amari Cooper against the Denver Broncos, Patrick Surtain and Ronald Darby. And will they be able to hold Amari Cooper under 66.5 yards? All right, they've been doing a decent job with receivers, but they have been prone to give up the big play. All right, so if you look at over the last few weeks, you have Terry McLaurin. They held him to one catch for 12 yards. Shut him down. Matter of fact, the only people that were really good in that game catching the ball were the running backs for the Washington football team. All right, and now the big plays have happened. Henry Ruggs, he had a 48-yard catch. Brian Edwards, he had a 51-yard catch. Chase Claypool had a 59-yard catch. Deontay Johnson, a 50-yard catch. So if I know anything about the Dallas Cowboys and what we've seen from them, especially with Dak Prescott under center, they will air that ball out. So when it comes to Amari Cooper and he's getting the targets over the last few weeks, 13 targets, 8 targets, 6 targets, the targets are there. The ability for him to have a big game is there. And I know they got CeeDee Lamb. I know he's kind of been the guy, the most productive guy. And I know Amari Cooper, got a little hamstring thing he's been working through. But I'm actually going to go with the over on this one. I think Amari Cooper, he's a warrior. He's going to fight through it. And I think he's going to have a big game. So I'm expecting Amari Cooper to hit the over on 66.5 yards. But now we're going to flip to the other side. And we have Cortland Sutton against the Dallas Cowboys secondary. And I've already said it. Obviously, we know about Trevon Diggs and what he's been doing to receivers. He has given up the one big play to Kendrick Bourne. That was a huge one. All right, but aside from that, he's been pretty lights out. And then on the other side, you have Anthony Brown. He's been doing a terrific job of challenging receivers. So when I look at Cortland Sutton and the over-under set at 59.5 yards, will he hit it? All right. Now, what these Cowboys DBs have done to guys, if you watched the game last week and you see what they did to Justin Jefferson, 2 catches for 21 yards. Now, there were some pass interferences in there, but they were challenging him at the catch point. They were hitting him. They made life tough on Justin Jefferson. I mean, even a little bit before that, you had them playing against the Patriots. Kendrick Bourne had one catch in that game. That one catch happened to go for 75 yards. But aside from that, every other pass catcher was under 50 yards. So when I look at 59.5 yards for Cortland Sutton, I think I'm taking the under. And another reason why is because while watching some of the Broncos games, I've noticed Sutton has had kind of that bigger gain early on. And then aside from that, not much consistency. So Cortland Sutton, I'm advising y'all, take the under on 59.5 yards. For our last matchup of the day, you have DJ Moore against J.C. Jackson and the New England Patriots. All right, his over-under is at 74.5 yards. The one thing that jumps out to me right now about DJ Moore, and I know his quarterback's not playing very well. He's been benched, and we don't even know who's going to throw the ball to him from week to week, but he's been targeted over 30 times in the last 3 weeks. So when I look at the over-under set at 74.5 yards, even against the Patriots, who, if you look at the Patriots against the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowboys have 4 pass catchers that had over 50 yards, all right, including CeeDee Lamb, who had 150 by himself. So when I look at the over-under, 74.5 yards, I know the target's going to be there for DJ Moore. He's kind of the guy. It doesn't matter who's throwing the ball to him. I'm taking the over on DJ Moore's 74.5 yards. I think you should too. All right, that's going to do it right here for Crocker's Corner. And as usual, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, follow Lines on Twitter @Lines, and also follow them on Instagram @Lines_sports. And if you are tuned into the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to know where to find me and talk to me about some of the bets that I'm putting out there for y'all, @Eric_Crocker on Twitter. But until next time, I'll see y'all, man. Peace.